Back in March, Campagnolo launched the electronic version of their top-level 12-speed group set, Super Record EPS. It wasn't only the first electric 12-speed group set, but it's also arguably the most luxurious, costing over £4,000. That's before you've added a frame, wheels, tyres, etc. Anyway, we thought such a special group set deserved a suitably special build, and this is the result. So, after making some inquiries and begging and borrowing from some of the best bike brands out there, this is what we've ended up with. The frame is Basso's Diamante SV, SV standing for Super Veloce, or super fast in English. It's basically a more aero version of the Diamante frame with slim lines and plenty of aero inspired features, such as this blade shape in the seat tube here. Only the best grades of carbon have been used, with high modulus T1000 and T800 grades of carbon used throughout to craft this piece of handmade Italian loveliness. Arguably, the Diamante SV doesn't go as far with the aero shapes and integration as the latest wave of aero road bikes, such as Trek's Madone or Cervelo's S5. There's still a bit of cabling exposed at the front here, and we've got some more rounded shapes in the head tube and the fork. But there's no doubt this is meant to be ridden fast, and you've got proper racing geometry here. With a short head tube, long reach and a low stack, so you're really going to be able to get into a super aggressive position on this bike. Another interesting feature is what's going on with the seat post, and it's known as the 3B basso system. Basically it allows for a completely smooth, clean clamping mechanism with the U-shaped seat post sliding into a wedge in the down tube. That all tightens together with these Allen key bolts. It's super clean, it works well, and there's also an elastomer surrounding the post that's supposed to add a bit of vibration dampening for a smoother ride. The frame is finished in Basso's pastel white colour scheme, and I think that looks excellent. Not too showy, but stunning all the same. Moving on to the wheels, and this is a set of Campagnolo's brand new Bora WTO carbon hoops in a 60mm depth front and rear. Campag make some pretty big claims about them and say they're the most aerodynamic wheels they've ever produced, being put through countless hours of testing in the wind tunnel before arriving at the finished product. They even claim that at some wind angles these wheels can create negative drag, which is big torque indeed. The weight, it's just 1,547 grams for the pair. And now to the group set, the new 12-speed Campagnolo Super Record EPS. We've got ours with a mid-compact chain set and an 1129 cassette, and if you've seen the mechanical version you'll notice that the aero-inspired crank arm and the levers maintain pretty much exactly the same looks. You have to delve a little closer to spot that it's the EPS version, such as the motor unit in the front derailleur and our junction box mounted under the stem. Campag have now also made a junction port that fits into the handlebars, and you can also have it integrated in the frame on some models of bike for an even cleaner look and more integration. So this is the rim brake version of the group set, and that was kind of an intentional request on our part because we've already reviewed Campag's latest hydraulic disc brakes, so we're keen to see how their top level rim brakes do actually stack up. The Diamante SV frame does come in a disc brake version, so if you wanted that one, that would be an option. What do you think though? Do you reckon discs are fully taken over, or do you still hold a candle for the humble rim brake? Do let us know what you think in the comments. Moving on to the shifting, and the shifters have pretty much exactly the same shape, ergonomics and looks as Campag's mechanical 12-speed Super Record, but there's a couple of extra tricks up the sleeve of the EPS version. The main one being that you can go all the way up or all the way down the cassette just by holding down the paddle or the lever for the most rapid shifting possible. Campag claim the levers and shifters are responsive enough to stop at whichever cog you mean for it to stop at, but if that all does seem a bit too robotic, then you can customise how many single click shifts you can perform in the My Campy app. Even though it's electric, you still get quite a good clunk when you shift on EPS, which I personally quite like. It's not quite as discreet as maybe Shimano Dura Ace, for example, but it's a nice positive action and there's no chance of a misshift. Elsewhere, Campag have upgraded their power unit, which is now in its 4th iteration and a bit slimmer and lighter than Mark III. On the front derailleur, Campag say their shift motors are now the most powerful on the market and able to deal with shifting under extremely heavy loads without issue. The rear mech has the same embrace technology as the mechanical Super Record, which increases how much chain is wrapped over each single sprocket in individual shifting positions. Campag say this leads to better power transfer and reduced wear and tear on the transmission, with the chain positioning itself vertically closer to the cassette. Unlike SRAM's recently launched 12-speed group sets that have moved to cassettes with 10 teeth on the smallest cog, and they've also introduced 1x versions, Campag have stuck with more common gearing ratios with 2 chain rings and just sandwiching another gear in the cassette compared to their previous 11-speed group sets. And while that's arguably not as groundbreaking or ambitious as what SRAM have done, this EPS group set is made for racers. The best world tour cyclists who just want the perfect ratio for the road riding that they do. So I think perhaps Campag have just stuck to what they know and do best here rather than trying to change too many things at once. Now let's round up our tour of this bike with the finishing kit. We've got Deda's very sleek Super Zero carbon handlebars, nice and aero, super light at just 215 grams in a 42cm width. That's wrapped with Pro Logo's One Touch bar tape. We've also got a Pro Logo saddle. That's their Dimension T4 with a central cutout. So what do you think? Do you agree we've conjured up the ultimate dream builder? What would you add? What would you take away? Do let us know what you think in the comments. And in the meantime, we're going to be testing pretty much every part of this bike, from the new WTO wheels to the frame set, and of course the new EPS group set, to see how it stacks up to the other best components in the world from the likes of Shimano and SRAM. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to road.cc's channel, and we'll see you next time.